football mad dad, bringing you cooking and football. Today we've got a special guest, Bronwen. Tell them about yourself, Bronwen.
I have my own YouTube channel called Bronwen Von Flotow, and I do fashion, skincare, makeup, and beauty tips. So if you'd like to check it out, go down, check it below.
So she will be my sous chef today, and she will be helping us prepare the food and the meal. So what are we making?
Mac and cheese with a twist.
Okay, so as you can see over here, we put in the onions. We're just frying those till they go a little bit soft. Over here we got the water for the pasta. Boil in the water, just a little bit. There we go, so the pasta doesn't stick. Grab the salt and put some salt in as well. There we go, that's enough. So that will be for the pasta, and that's also on the heat now. This one is doing very nice. Okay. I'm going to add a little bit of stock
Into the onions.
into the onion.
Okay, so I'll leave the description to my channel at the bottom in the info box below. So if you're interested, go check it out there.
Okay, so now you can see the onions there and how it's gone nice and thick and basically glazed. Now we're going to add in our mince. Okay, so we've added some stock. We're just putting a little bit of water in. Okay, you can see now the mince. We're trying to get it to go brown before we carry on with the next steps. Okay, so now the mince is basically cooked. We don't want to overcook it because we don't want it dried out. So now we're going to add some more moisture to it. And we're going to add tomato and onion mixed to the mince. And we're going to stir it in. Heat the oven to about 180 Celsius. Degrees Celsius. Thank you, sous chef.
You're welcome.
Okay, so we'll get that preheating while this is doing. We do need a baking pan because we'll be putting it all together in the oven. Now we're going to add a cooking sauce. Okay, so that to get all the water so it's tasting beautiful. We're just going to fry it in there. You can stir if you want, Bonnie. We are going to make the roux. The roux for the white sauce. We are going to add the 1, 2 green butter. Now we're going to make sure we melt it a little bit. Okay, so we're melting the butter in the pan, and when the butter is melting, we are going to add the 3 tablespoons of the flour. The white normal flour is not the raisin flour. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to get that spoon. Stir the pasta so it doesn't all stick together, and you can see now that the substance that I'm talking about, it looks like clay dough. So what we're going to do now is we're going to gradually add the milk to break this now down. So all we're doing now is we're adding the milk, more and more milk, because we don't want the doughy taste. So it can't taste doughy or undercooked. So we just carry on adding the milk and cooking that out so that the taste is there. You can already see how the difference of the white sauce here. You can see that and the difference of the consistency now. Right. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the white sauce, and then we'll talk a little bit about football and this weekend's football. Okay, you can see the white sauce now, we're getting more and more in there. It's got a lovely consistency to it. We're going to add more milk because we are feeding for a family of 7. So when you're feeding for a big family, you need a lot of white sauce and you need a lot of food. So yeah, but we'll just keep on adding and try to keep on stirring. The biggest problem with the white sauce is it takes a lot of elbow grease and you've got to carry on. You can't leave the sauce. You've got to just carry on stirring it. The moment you do it, you're going to get lumps and you're going to ruin your sauce. Let's talk about the first game. Hammers, West Ham versus Chelsea. An absolute fantastic game. West Ham won 3-2. Knocked Chelsea basically off the winning streak that they had. Did I see it coming? I don't think so. But West Ham has been playing fantastic the whole entire time. So yeah. Then we had Newcastle versus Burnley. Newcastle has not won a game the whole season. And they managed to win 1-0 against Burnley. So a good start now. Hopefully Newcastle can kick on. They're no longer at the bottom of the table holding it up. That place has gone to Norwich. But they've got their first win. Then the next was Wolves versus Liverpool. I watched quite a bit of this game. Wolves played very, very well. Liverpool, again, as Liverpool are, they always play well. It took them the 93rd minute, somewhere around there in extra time, to score the goal with the substitution player that they put on to win 1-0. It looked like and should have been a draw. Wolves really played hard to get that draw, but like champions do, they find a way to win, and Liverpool found that way to win. So they got the full 3 points. Southampton versus Brighton. An absolute bore. 1-1 it ended. Fell asleep trying to watch the first 5 minutes. Watford versus Man City. Man City again 3-1 winners. Man City are obviously kicking up a gear and they are flying again. Absolutely well done. Brentford and Leeds. Brentford, I think, went 2-0 up in the game, then 2-1, and then Leeds scored the equaliser there at the end to make it 2-2. Leeds also struggling at the moment with form, and Brentford is the, let's say, surprise package. Come up from the Championship last season in the Premier League, and they're holding their own. They're playing actually very good football.
So I'm just tasting the macaroni to see if it's cooked. Yeah. Going pan.
Is it cooked?
Yeah.
Okay, remember, it mustn't be too soft because you're putting it in the oven and you're cooking more. So you don't want it too soft. You want it just before it's ready. Take it out, drain it, rinse it. Okay guys, my sous chef is carrying on just to drain the pasta, and that we'll carry on with the football. Our featured game, which was Man United versus Crystal Palace. If you go onto the channel, you'll also watch the let's say overview of that game. An absolutely fantastic game, I must say, for the first 45 minutes for Man United. The score ended 1-0, but it didn't paint the picture. You've got to really watch the game to see why I say it shouldn't have ended 1-0. Man United should have scored 2 or 3. But yeah, at the end of the day, it was a victory, Ralph's first victory. Next is Tottenham versus Norwich. Norwich is at the bottom of the table. Tottenham won 3-0, just basically ran over them. Conte looks like, with the game that was postponed for the snow, took that time to train his team, and they're playing a lot better football now. Conte is a genius when it comes to tactics and that, and I think Tottenham is going to be a very hard team to beat. And they are going to be fighting for that 4th place with Man United, West Ham and the likes, and even an Arsenal. This game was Aston Villa versus Leicester City. Leicester City are up and down like a yo-yo with Brendan Rodgers. I don't know what's going on there, but they lost 2-1 to Aston Villa. Steven Gerrard's new team. It looks like he's getting them right as well. And then the last game, which I watched last night, was Everton versus Arsenal. Arsenal got a very lucky goal in the beginning of the game, and then Everton started taking over in the second half and started putting it in. You could see they scored a goal. It was just I'm talking about, it must have been his toenail that was offside, and that's where it was disallowed. It was an absolutely the most finest of fine to say he's offside. After that, Everton scored, and then Gray did one of the best goals of the season to make it 2-1. and then it ended 2-1, and Arsenal now have lost 2 in a row. That was against Man U and now against Everton. So those are the wrap up of the actual games for this weekend, and we've got Champions League coming in the week and then back to Premier League on the weekend. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to add everything together into the pasta. So here goes the mince.
And you want to get every little bloody bit out the bloody pan, because some of it is really good at the bottom, you know. It's got that lovely, lovely cooked glaze.
Here we go, so we're just going to mix here.
Now it's mixed. What we're going to do is we're going to add the white sauce. The secret and the best ingredient. Here we go.
Just going to give it a little mix because it's been sitting for a little bit.
Look at that! Doesn't that look bloody good? Hey, hey, hey!
Time to pour the pasta out. As you can see, it is absolutely covered here, so we're going to just pour it in. Okay guys, now we just take our cheese. It can be any cheese, cheddar normally works the best. Sprinkling it over. And the funny thing is my kids don't like the cheese part for some reason, and the cheese part to me is probably the best part of the whole entire dish. What we're going to do is we're going to put this into the oven now that we preheated earlier. Open the oven there, Munshen. All the way down. Thank you very much. Now we stick it in. Close it up. And all we're going to do now is basically make the cheese go nice and golden brown. We're just doing a small salad. Just cucumber and tomato. So we're not going to cut it too thin.
Ooh! Cast your eyes on that feast!
And as you can see how beautiful that looks. Proof is in the taste, so thanks guys, we'll taste it, and please bring your comments below, and if you like the video,
Don't forget to turn on post notifications so you'll be notified every time I upload a new video.